In this class, we're going to be going over commonly used reports in construction in Intacct. So first, I'm going to navigate around here a little bit into some different areas just to get you familiar with where reports are in the system and the multiple modules and areas. So first in the menu, you have your report center. Okay, so this would be where all your reports are housed in one spot. Okay, so you have different tabs up here for any reports you favorited, any memorized reports, scheduled, and custom reports. Okay, so also inside each module or area, there is a report menu here that has your custom reports listed, and there's some more common reports here below. So reports and then anything underneath it that's kind of lowercase, smaller font that has to do with this reports area. Okay, so I'll go to a different one here and you can kind of see it's kind of the same layout. Okay, so let's go over here to the report center. And let's go over some commonly used reports for the construction world. So one of the ones that's kind of commonly used is an AR aging by job. So if we click on this here, you can see it pulls up on the left here, your job numbers. You've got your customer information, your invoice numbers, dates, amounts, retainage, amount open, and then your aging over here. Okay, so this is a pretty common one that's used in the construction industry. If you want to add things like this to your dashboard reports, you come up here to add to dashboard if you're going to commonly use it, and that will allow you to, when you log into Intacct, it'll be right there on your main dashboard page. Okay, another commonly used one is some of these retainage ones. So if you just want to see retainage on a job, I'm going to put a date in here. Then you can see for the specific customer what retainages are still out for them. Okay, so if you do multiple jobs for one customer, this report is kind of handy. Let's go back to the report menu here. Let's scroll up a bit. Now you can see I'm on just specific reports here. So you can do all applications, or we can pick specific ones. Okay, so let's go over here to accounts payable. So now they have a similar one here, AP aging by job. So just a quick note here, anything that says ICRW at the end of it, that is the interactive custom report writer. So what the system has for report writing, they have financial statement report writing, they have custom report writing, and then they have this one called the ICRW reports, or the interactive custom report writing. That one it allows you to do quite a bit of very customized. It's more of an advanced custom writer. So financial report writing and custom report writing would kind of be like more of your standard, more simplified, still very robust, but more simplified report writing. But the interactive custom report writer, you can do quite a bit more with it than those other two. Okay, so there's kind of three different ones in the system. Okay, so the AP aging by job was created using the interactive custom report writer. So it might have a couple of different tables that's being used, for example, and that's why it's advanced. So you might be using accounts payable type of fields, and then you might be using something over in jobs, And so it needs to have a more advanced report writer to be able to tie that together. So that's what the gist of how you kind of want to view it. It uses maybe multiple tables inside Intacct. Okay. So like the AR aging by job, you've got your job, your vendors, your amounts, your retainages, and your aging. Okay. So this is a pretty common one as well. So in other systems, Sage 300, other construction platforms, these are pretty common reports, all over in all sorts of different softwares. So nothing new here. It's just, this is what they're called in Intacct and where they are. Again, if you go to like the accounts payable menu, you can see it in here. Okay, so any custom report writing you do, you can throw into the menu in these different modules so that it shows up in this list here for you. So this one here is the one I'm just on. So I can get to it through the report center, or I can get to it through the module menu, report menu over there. Okay, so let's go back to report center and close this down. Close the AR one. Okay, so let's go back over here. It's in the background, actually. Okay, so let's go down to jobs. Again, ICRW reports. So Intacct is still funneling out many more construction reports, but these ones are very similar to some of the Sage 300 ones they might have had, for example. So we'll pull up the commitment, so these would be your subcontracts and your purchase orders, for example. So let's get into one of these here. Okay, so I'm just going to add all jobs so we get a good selection here. So this is going to pull by job the commitments right here. So your POs and your subcontracts, and it's going to pull it into detail. So if you have 3 commitment lines, it's going to list them out here. If you have some accounts payable bills that go against it, it's going to list them out below. So you can see here for the subcontract, there's a commitment of $10,000. There's an accounts payable bill that was coded against it. And here's your links to be able to get in right to the accounts payable bills. So if we click here on anything blue, or it changes your cursor to a hand, it'll take you right to that accounts payable bill. Okay, so then you can scroll down, and then if there's a document with it, or if you're using a paperless type of system for your accounts payable bills, then the attachment here you could drill right into if you wanted to see the subcontractor's bill against that commitment. Maybe check on it. Did they bill it? Did they overbill it? If you have a discrepancy and you want to look at it, you can come right on these reports and drill down. So this is a very nice one that's used for a lot of project managers to check on their subcontracts and POs. Okay, so there's more in here with the commitments. There's one more that's summarized, so it will, maybe bring the lines up together. But this one's nice because it's drillable and you can get down into your details if you want. Then it still totals it for you too. So another report I want to cover is the WIP reports. So let's run this WIP report as of a specific date. And here you can see very standard WIP report, your revised contract price with your change orders, your revised estimate, your gross profit, your percent complete, what you've billed to date, your costs to date, and then your over under billings are over here. So this report is used to record your over under billings and to review, did we miss a billing? Did we forget to bill on it? Here's your under billings column. Where are we at on the job from an overall perspective of billings versus costs and percent complete? Okay, let's go back to the report menu. And again, these reports, if you go to the specific areas, can be housed in here. So there's that one right there. Okay, so any of these other ones on here, you can kind of, read and see what this one I think is a nice one that's used too, but you can kind of read and see they're explaining what they are. But this job margin gain gain analysis is a nice one for when you're looking at, did project manager change their overall estimated job margin? This will show that amount in the margin gain fade. I'll show that here. Okay, other than that, you can kind of scan through here and just read through these and see what the titles usually are pretty descriptive. One thing I did want to mention is if you are interested in, getting your dashboard created to house some of your favorite reports or kind of customize that a little bit better. So for example, here's a project one. There is a class that we have posted out there on our Banger user group on Bug that will show you how to add these reports. Very simple. Once you build the report, it's very simple to do it. It's also canned reports that are in the system. It shows you how to add these metrics up here as well. So again, the blue links are drillable when you see that on the reports. But if you join our Banger user group and go to this foundational class, how to create owner dashboards, it also covers dashboards in general. It's not just for company owners, but it will tell you how to add the different cards, the different reports, and customize your experience in Intacct a little more. So keep watching for more content on Bug, and we will be posting more enablement videos for you. But reach out if you have any questions or want any more customizations or tips and tricks to help@bangerinc.com. Thank you.